we come to the next section. The goal of this FDP is to empower educators, researchers with cutting-edge skill in data science, machine learning, and AI, enhancing both pedagogy and academic inquiry. Participants will explore real-world applications of the data science through a hands-on approach, covering topics like data visualization, statistics modeling, AI tools, and research methodology. It is my absolute pleasure to introduce the esteemed speaker for today's session, Dr. Kinsuk Giri, Assistant Professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, NITTTR, Kolkata. He received both his graduate and postgraduate in mathematics from Vishwabharati Central University and was awarded 3 times NITTTR and LSE Mathematical Science by CSIR UGC. Dr. Giri was awarded from Durgapur University, Kolkata, his PhD in Science in the year of 2013 on numerical and computational astrophysics, with an emphasis on computational fluid dynamics, accretion flow in astrophysics. From S-1 Bosch National Center for Basic Science, India. His PhD thesis received the Outstanding PhD Thesis Award by Springer Berlin and was published in a book 2014. Subsequently, he joined as a MOST postdoctoral fellow at National Tsinghua University, Taiwan. After completing his 2-year postdoc tenure, he joined at NITTTR, Kolkata as an assistant professor on the September 2015. His main research area includes computational geometry, machine learning theories and application, numerical simulation and parallel computing, computational cosmology and astrophysics, etc. He developed 2 SWAM courses. During his research and academic career, he delivered more than 50 invited lectures within India as well as abroad during his various academic visits to the different countries like Italy, Sweden, Russia, Japan, France, Taiwan, China, Turkey, Nepal, etc. He is in the editorial and reviewer board of many important international and national journals. He will now discuss about Introduction to Data Science. Let us hand over the session to Dr. Giri. Please, sir.
Yes, good. Okay, so thank you. Thank you, the organizers, for inviting me here for the introductory session. I am very honored for providing the introductory session on Introduction to Data Science. You know, nowadays, data science is not only the subject that was mentioned, the principal said that related to computer science or IT. Nowadays, data science is related to every subject, irrespective of science, engineering, technology, management, even in humanities also. So, in this session, I will cover few modules within next 1.5 hours. So, in the outline slide, I will mention what I will cover today. In module 1, I will cover the data science definition and core or main concept. In module 2, I will cover data types and sources. In module 3, I will cover data science process. And as you know, error analysis is a part of data science. So that I will cover in a nutshell. Although error analysis is a huge topic, Just I will cover it in nutshell in module 4. In module 5, I will cover the elementary statistics, that is also a part of data science, mainly the central tendency, variances, and also the correlation and regression, but that is the basic statistics data science that I will cover. Because as I see in your program schedule, machine learning part is there by some other speaker, so I will not enter the machine learning part here. And obviously in module 6 we will cover the data visualization and communication, that is very important part. And obviously the basic of data warehousing and some tools and software for data science that I will discuss. And in module 9 wrap up, obviously. And last session will be obviously question answer session. Clear. Followed by a quiz, interactive quiz in Kahoot, and this quiz will be completed. Okay, so you can participate in the quiz. Whatever I will cover in next 2 hours, all the 30 questions will be there from this same topic. So if you are more attentive, you will score more marks. I think you know how we conduct our quiz. So it depends on 2 parameters: how quickly you are giving the answer and whether you are giving the correct or wrong answer. So this is the theme, and in time permits, as you know, there is a session for my paper ECK that I will cover, but I am not sure whether I can cover because I have nearly 80 slides in this first talk and 50 slides in the second talk. So I am not sure whether I can go to the second talk or not. Let's see what happens. Now, what do you think data science is? So if I say data science, what are the things that comes to your mind? So obviously some deals with numbers, some prefer to say more some jargon, algorithms, predictions, it's a classical word. Machine learning, obviously now is a very good topic. Artificial intelligence, big data, decision making. Generally, the management people they use the topic, that decision making. So all the parts are related to data science. So if you find or if you ask ChatGPT what is data science, I'm sure ChatGPT will give you 100 types of definitions, few typical jargons. So I will first show you what is the definitions or core concepts. So I also like this definition, so I just copy and paste it here. So it's an interdisciplinary field that combines expertise from several domains. You see several domains, not only a single domain, to extract insight and knowledge from the structured and unstructured data. So I will come to the part what is the meaning of structured and unstructured data in the next slides. And what are the main pillars of topic for data science? Obviously, statistics, mathematics, computer science, and obviously you need to know the domain knowledge. So in a word, I can define the data science in the red marked text that data scientists blend statistical and computational techniques with business or scientific expertise to address obviously the real world problems. Nowadays, you know, all the real world problems that we deal, irrespective of the domain, all are related to either data or big data. There is no such difference between data and big data. Big data means huge. Now I will show you the comparative study on traditional analytics that is very much popular since 1000 years ago. Statistics, it's a very old subject, and also the data science. So I will discuss on these aspects like purpose, focus, data type, tools, approach and goal. So first let's consider the purpose. In context of traditional analytics, the purpose is understand past business performance. In statistics, the same thing, draw conclusions from data. Like I can give you a simple example. Can you say whether tomorrow there will be rain or not? Is there any deterministic or analytic way or definition? The answer is no. That's why we use the word weather forecasting or prediction. That's why statistics come to the picture and more than the data science. So what happens? Say I have last 10 years data, or say last 20 years data with IMD. So using this data and extracting this, I am just predicting. Sometimes predicting and sometimes forecasting. Okay, one thing I forget to mention, if you have any questions, any comments, any query, you can interrupt or just raise your hand so that I can stop and you can ask your questions. Obviously, the traditional QA is going to get at the end. In the meantime, you can ask your questions. And what is the purpose of data science? Extract insights and build predictive models. That's why we use various kinds of models, particularly those who work on machine learning or deep learning. Although personally I don't believe deep learning is a new word, it's just subset of machine learning. So all these models. And in context of focus, it's descriptive and diagnostic insights. And in context of statistics, inference, hypothesis testing and modeling. That's why statistics are two types: descriptive statistics and inference statistics. That I have found. And in context of data science, it's predictive, prescriptive and automated insights. Now I am coming to the data type.
Sir,
Yes.
what is the meaning of automated insight?
Sorry.
Automated insight. What is the meaning of this?
Automated.
Automated insight.
Okay. Automated means automation. That means you are using some model. So your model is helping you to extract the insights automatically. You have already created a model. Automated means it's not exactly automatic. It's like this sort of like universal set. Not exactly universal, with respect. Ultimately, human is the superior. So, in context of data type, structured data, and for the statistics, sometimes we call it structured data or sample data. I will show you in a slide what is the difference between sample and population. And obviously for data science, it's structured, semi-structured and unstructured. So, for the data science, we have plenty of scopes. Even we have the unstructured or semi-structured data, there is a term called pre-processing of data. Maybe you heard this term. So, using this pre-processing of data, you can convert your structured or semi-structured data to a structured or standard data. That's why the emphasis of data science is huge compared to these small parts. And obviously, data science both two are there. So it's kind of subject. Now I am coming to the tools. Because nowadays we use some tools, some software. We are not writing typical C or Fortran program nowadays, generally people. So we use some programs or tools. For traditional thing, we still use Excel, SQL. For statistics, there is a tool R, capital R. I think you heard that tool, very much popular tool. R is an open source tool, free, you don't need to pay for it. And there is two good tools, SAS and SPSS, both are based on IBM tools, but they are not free. They are commercial tools. I think you know the difference between commercial and free tool. Free tools you don't need to pay, like Python, capital R, all are free tools. Commercial tools you need to pay. And commercial can be two types. One is called perpetual license and one is called renewable license. Perpetual license means one time pay, like say MS Excel. Basically, you are purchasing MS Office and you just pay one time and it will work. You don't need to pay again and again. However, suppose you have purchased MATLAB, maybe you heard that software MATLAB. MATLAB is not coming under perpetual license, it's always the renewable license. So every time you need to pay in a subsequent interval. And free means you don't need to pay anything, like Python, capital R, Scilab, all are the free tools. And for data science, there we use Python, R is also there, Hadoop, Scala, Spark, all are there. Hadoop, maybe you are not familiar with the tool, those who work on big data and cloud computing mainly, they use this tool, Hadoop. And Hadoop is a Unix based tool, not the Windows based tool. That's why it's not so much popular. However, for Python, R, SAS, SPSS, these are both Unix and Windows based. Both versions are there. Now, approach one is the business driven, one is the mathematical, academic and model driven, and for data science, as I mentioned, it's interdisciplinary. And goal is the support decision making. For statistics, it's to understand the incident and hypothesis testing. That's why in statistics we have this kind of confidence interval. So this is the part of hypothesis testing. And for the data science, in a larger aspect, it's discover patterns, automate and optimize process. Automate means the model will automate. And discover patterns is a part of maybe you have unsupervised learning, where the data are not labeled, so you need to find the similarity using the pattern. And you need to have some clusters, data with more similar structure or similar properties. And automate, generally the word comes in supervised learning, because for some data we have the output and input both. So we train the machine so that the machine can automatically give you the output for unknown input, for the known data sets, labeled data sets. And optimization process is applicable for both unsupervised and supervised learning. That is a typical mathematical part. Maybe you heard particle sum optimization, integer programming, genetic algorithm, linear programming problem, LBP, all are related to this optimization problem. Even if you start in your class 12 algebra, maximum minima, you have a function, you are taking the first order derivative, and if the first order derivative is 0, then you have some value of x. So, whatever for this value, the value of function will be either local minima or local maxima, depending upon the value of the second order derivative. If it is positive, local minima will turn, and if it is negative, local maxima. In case the second order derivative is 0, we call it a point of inflection. So we need to deal with higher order derivative. So all of the part of this optimization part. So actually math and stat all are interrelated. So nowadays people are very intelligent. They started AI, machine learning, deep learning, semi-supervised learning, reinforced learning. All the jargon section comes from math and stat. Because in statistics we went through regression 500 years back. Linear regression was there. We have this I-square 500 years back. Now computer science people are very much clever. They just change the name with some different modeling and selling the product as deep learning, machine learning, reinforced learning. So these are the basic key terms in data science. One is big data and one is called the analytics. So since I have so many slides, so maybe for few slides I need to skip. Otherwise I can't cover more than 100 slides. Okay. So those are less important. I will skip. But here for the big data, I want to refer these 3 B's. This is the main thing of big data, right? Volume, vast amount of data, VQ, velocity, speed at which new data is generated, and variety, different data formats. So for the big data, these 3 features will be there. And for the analytics part, it is segregated to 3 parts: descriptive, predictive, and prescriptive. Descriptive means what has happened, just statement or incident or report. Predictive means what is likely to happen. Prescriptive means what should be done. So, if you maybe you know the word in machine learning, reinforced learning or feedback mechanism. That is the part of this prescriptive analytics. Because you know in reinforced learning what happens? We see the output and we consider or we analyze whether the output is correct or incorrect. In case it is incorrect, we give the feedback to the machine again to have a good training. So that is the part of this prescriptive analytics. Anyway, although my topic is on machine learning, however, once I am covering data analytics, automatically machine learning will come into the big picture. Because as I see some machine learning talks are there, so I will not directly go to the machine learning topic, but I will touch few points of machine learning here. Okay. So the data mining also a key part of machine learning. Maybe you heard the term. Data mining means process of discovering patterns, trends, and machine learning. I think you know that is a part of artificial intelligence, and that is mainly segregated into 2 types: supervised and unsupervised learning. Okay. So this is the basic part of data science. And now I can give some real world examples where we can apply the data science. First is healthcare. So nowadays, you know, predicting disease outbreaks, particularly during the COVID time, maybe you know, lots of people here has written project on COVID predictions, COVID, and they got lots of funding for that. This is part of healthcare. Precision medicine, drug discovery using the present data, all are part of healthcare. And for the finance, maybe you know there is a part credit risk analysis. Nowadays very much popular thing for getting jobs. Like say fraud detection, credit scoring, algorithm trading. So that's how you know if you find it YouTube, lots of YouTube channels are there to predict the share market. So they are giving the tips for option checks or maybe say intraday, day-1, all options they are giving. So all they are using this, using the data science in the finance sector. But in context of share market, it is very much risky to use this data pattern because you know share market prediction is not a feasible thing. That's why you know in context of this you will find it a good paper because nobody accepts this thing. But in case of healthcare or fraud detection or credit scoring, it's very much popular. Now I am coming to the retail part. Recommendation engines. If you buy in Amazon certain products, just after a few hours, if you open your Facebook, similar kind of products Facebook will suggest from some other, say Flipkart or Myntra or whatever maybe. So all these products kind of part of the retail. So they are attracting the people. So they are actually finding the patterns, similarities, and they are simply using the unsupervised learning. Because the system don't know my background, the customer's background. So they are simply using the patterns and just recommending the products. In transport system, maybe you have now app, Rapido, Ola, Uber, all kind of these apps. They are also using the data. And in sports, mainly the performance analysis, the injury prediction, very important thing. Mainly in cricket is not very much popular, but in context of hockey or football, even in badminton, it's very good topic for research. And fan engagement strategies. How the fan will be attracted to this game. Again, there is a huge application of this data science. Now I come to the module 2, that is the data types and sources. So, you know there are two types of data, structured data and unstructured data. So, structured data means data is organized. Like say, if I collect the data of all the age of participants in this room or in this seminar hall, so it's a structured data. So either you will give an integer or you may give a taxon. If you are purist, maybe you can give taxon, or if you can just digest the errors, you may give the integer. So it's a structured data. So now what is unstructured data? Suppose I need to read your mentality from your emails that you have sent in last 10 years. So my first thing is to collect all the emails that you sent in last 10 years, so that there is nothing but a lots of text. So just downloading this text, I can't do much more because it's an unstructured data. So for that I need to pre-process the data, or I need to convert it to a structured format. So that is an example of unstructured data. Say in Facebook there are lots of links or there are lots of images that we can collect, but after collection it is an unstructured data. The main challenge is to link between these pictures or images. So these are not the structured data. But again, if I take all the snapshots of the flower in a particular garden, it's a structured data, not unstructured data. Social media posts, it's a highly unstructured data. That's why you know nowadays there is a good topic, LLM, large language model, maybe you heard the term, and NLP, natural language processing, maybe you heard the term. So LLM and NLP are mainly dealing with this kind of unstructured data to convert it to structured data and find the analysis and predictions. It is a separate topic. Now I come to the data quantitative versus qualitative. So quantitative data means that I was mentioning the age of all the participants in this hall. It's a quantity. Now what is qualitative data? Suppose you are giving me feedback how I am teaching in this class. Maybe the feedback ranking 1 star to 5 star. Somebody give 1 star, somebody give 5 star, somebody give 3 star, somebody write no, either less than 1 star, minus 5 star, whatever. So all are the part of this quality ranking. So this is called gender. All are qualitative data. Color of the flower, color of hair, all are qualitative data. Anyway, whatever in my slides I have already shared the slides with you. You can check. Apart from that, there is a part discrete versus continuous data. I think you know this part. Discrete means there will be gap between two data. So I am using in layman's language, not in the mathematical language. And continuous means no gap. So can you give some example from our number system? One is the discrete state, one is the continuous state. Set of integers. Is it discrete or continuous? Who are telling continuous? Who are telling discrete? Discrete. Who are telling continuous? Now, continuous people have remained answers because maximum people are telling discrete. So that's why they have. Anyway, these are discrete data because we can define a map from all the discrete data points. But if I say set of real numbers or open interval 0, 1 or closed interval 0, 1, this is continuous. The concept is that for any 2 points there must be 1 point. That is called continuous. In a similar manner, I can give the example. The number of cars in a parking lot, discrete data, obviously. Time taken to complete task. Time is always continuous. pH level of water in the laboratory, continuous, because it can be any real number. Distance between 2 cities, continuous, because it's a metric of real number. So it's continuous. So now I am coming sources of data. Obviously, you know, databases are there. Those who are working on data science, maybe you know there is a nice repository, UCL data repository, UCL, maybe somebody heard the term. Even you can also find some unofficial data like say cattle, KAGGLE. In cattle, you will find lots of data, some real world data, some generated data. And I forgot to mention data can be two types, real data, synthetic data. Synthetic data means you are generating. Like I generated say 100 random numbers in computer by using any programming. That is a synthetic data. Or artificial data. Both are the same. Say age of the participant in the lab, in the class, it's a real data. And one is unique, that is called API, application programming interfaces. So now that maybe you know there is some stock market data that we can use for further research. So to get the API format data, you need to contact with the NSE, National Stock Exchange, or the discount broker like Zerodha or Grow, whatever name. They have the APIs that you can download. Like say, I know for Zerodha, they don't allow people to download the data. We email for the purpose, and if they are satisfied, they can send you the link and you can download. Say last 10 years, Egypt's bank data, you can download. Like IMD has a API, nice API, Indian Meteorology Service. If you want to work with this, you can go to their site. Again, it's not free. The link is there, but for the exclusive user, you could write the email with justification, sometimes the supporting documents, and they can share the data. And some data are already API free. If you go to Kaggle, you will find lots of free data. But generally, those who are using the exclusive data, for them, the chances of getting accepted the paper is more compared to the free data. Because you know, for the free data, everything is extracted by all people. It is free. So that's why that nowadays there are lots of APIs for even you can find the social media API, Twitter, X, now X. Again for X data, you can directly download from any site. If you have particular data you need for particular duration, you need to write them, and if they are satisfied with your answer, they will send you the data. But they will not send the public form API because due to this privacy of the users. Okay. Banks sometimes use the data, although it's totally prohibited to share to the public, but sometimes they sell it. Web scraping is also an important thing. So, like you know, you are doing research on the price trend for last 2 years and will forecast for 1 year, and you don't have any data and nobody is sharing you the data. So what you can do, you have lots of e-commerce websites like Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra and etc. So you can individually collect all the data from this website and you can make your database. You can put MS Excel or MS Access or maybe MySQL. So this is called web scraping, but this is a tedious job. Like for API, you can get the download, but for this you will do the work of the survey. One is called crowdsourcing. Can you give some real or simple example of crowdsourcing? Anyone? Yes. Sometimes you know, there you use Facebook or Google, YouTube. Sometimes some hard questions are there. Which brand you are using? Say Samsung, Sony, and blah blah, and you need to select one. And sometimes something they will thank you. That means they are crowdsourcing and collecting your data. Sometimes you know some researchers send you the questionnaire. Please submit it for my research purpose. I need all the data. Sometimes we got this kind of emails. So these are the part of crowdsourcing. But in crowdsourcing, the data collection are voluntary. It's not mandatory. So you may or you may not, depending upon the submission of the stakeholders. Okay, so that is called crowdsourcing. Like exit poll is an example of crowdsourcing, but it's not mandatory. If you wish, you can give your data. You don't do it. You don't. Like if you go to some shopping mall, they generally ask your name and phone number. So sometimes what we do, we give our name, and sometimes there are two phone number. Sometimes we deny no, I will give the phone number, and sometimes if we give, I give some wrong phone number. So all are the part of this crowdsourcing. So surface is already there. I mentioned, so I should not. Now module 3, that is the data science process. So these are the process. I will discuss one by one. First step is definition. So you need to define the problem, what you want to solve. Depending on that, you need to collect or process the data. Like you know, for an example, whose product sells by recommending item users are likely to buy. So this is the definition of my data. So now how do we collect the data? So I need to get out the raw data from either database or some APIs, sensor, or the web scraping tool that I mentioned in the last slides. Not only web scraping, sometimes we can use these physical scraping tools. Maybe we can go to some malls and sit there, sample this, and collect the data and come. And third part is called data cleaning and preparation. So once we find the raw data, unstructured data here, first our first task is to convert it to the structured data. Sometimes some missing values are there, sometimes some outliers are there. Do you know what is our outliers? Anybody?
Abstract data.
Yes?
The abstract data.
Not abstract. You may say all data, all. Outliers means suppose I am giving 5 data. 3, 4, 4.1, 6, 95. So 95 is the outliers. So that means if you take the mean of the data, that means you want to data which is very far from the mean. That is called outliers. So that's why you use this cleaning and preparation. Let's say I have alphanumeric data. or completely alpha data, alphabetic data. So, machine only understand the number 0 1, nothing else. So first you need to pre-process the data to a particular format. That is the part of this preparation or pre-processing. And fourth step is EDA, exploratory data analysis. So first we need to see the visuals. Instead of using this inferential statistics like median mode or regression or correlation or machine learning, whatever modeling. First we can visualize. We have some histograms. We can have this pie chart, frequency table. So that from the visualization we have the intuition. That is the part of this exploratory analysis. So this is the part of this descriptive statistics, not the inferential statistics. Then this part is called inferential statistics, modeling and data analysis. Like say, I can use this plot top 10 selling items just to see the trends. But if I use the logistic regression, then I can understand particular subsequent analysis. Such example. And the last step is called the evaluation. So you test the model, you have to find the accuracy, precision, F-1 score, maybe you have this term. All are related to this analysis. So this is the summary of this data science process in a single table. Definition, collection, definition means understand the project goals or the problem topic goals. Gather relevant data, ensure data quality to convert it to a usable format rather than some structure or unusable format. Then the EDA part, then modeling. EDA part is a part of descriptive statistics. Then subsequently inferential statistics, the modeling maybe we can use machine learning, we can use the deep learning or some other modeling, other techniques. Sometimes in some analytical method we can use it. And evaluation. Like weather forecasting. 20 years ago we used some analytical method. But nowadays we are using very much good modeling, using machine learning or deep learning. That's why nowadays the weather forecasting technique gigantically changed compared to last 20 years. And most of the cases nowadays whatever the prediction is coming from IMD or some other agencies like roughly matches in 90% cases. So the accuracy become more higher and higher due to this. Because previously we were just using this EDA part. Now we are more concentrating on this modeling part, forecasting part. Do you know the difference of forecasting and prediction? Because both are very much similar. What? Can you explain prediction and forecasting? দুটোই তো নিউমেরিক্যাল
ফোরকাস্টিংটা ভ্যালু হচ্ছে পুরোটা একটা আনসিন ডেটার উপরে, মানে যেটা আমরা অ্যাকচুয়ালি প্রেডিকশন করি, প্রেডিকশনটা করি আমরা টেস্টিং এর থ্রু দিয়ে যখন প্রেডিকশন করছি, আমার কাছে একটা ডেটা সেট আছে, সেই ডেটা সেটের উপর আমরা ট্রেনিং করে সেটাকে প্রেডিক্ট করছি। কিন্তু সেই প্রেডিকশনটা আমরা টেস্টিং এর সঙ্গে যখন অ্যালাইন করতে পারবো, আমার একটা অপশনস থাকবে যে আমার ডেটাটা কতটা আমার ভ্যালিডেশনটা অ্যাকচুয়ালি চেক করতে পারবো। কিন্তু ফোরকাস্টিংটা কমপ্লিটলি মানে আনসিন ডেটা। ধরুন আজকে 2024-25 সাল, আমি 2050 অব্দি ওয়েদার ফোরকাস্টিং করবো, এই ডেটাটা কমপ্লিটলি আমার মানে আনসিন ডেটা, সেটার উপর যখন আমি ফোরকাস্ট করবো দ্যাট ইজ ফোরকাস্টিং। সেক্ষেত্রে আমাদের সিঙ্গেল ডেটা বা আপনি যেটা বলছেন
ফোরকাস্টিংকে মানে বাংলা জায়গায় বলেছি মাছের থেকে মাছ ভাজা যাচ্ছে না, আমার কাছে যা আছে সেটা নিয়ে আমি করছি। Whether for prediction, in some cases we have the complete output and in some cases we don't have. So we will just use to train the machine or some other device to predict. So actually prediction and forecasting are not same. However, for the weather science, we are more interested in forecasting rather than prediction, because sometimes the data are not level. Okay, now the module 4, that is error analysis in the nutshell. This is a very good topic, important topic for both data science as well as the numerical methods. Maybe that's why if you are a researcher in your first semester or second semester, you need to go into the topic error analysis in research methodology. So I will discuss on the nutshell. So first I will discuss type of errors. Obviously one error can be human error. So you are very casual, careless. You got the reading 8.3 and you are thinking some other thing. You are busy in Facebook and you have written 3.8. So that is called casual attitude, carelessness, and a human error occurs. The second type is called the instrumental and systematic error. Systematic error means sometimes you know, like say my watch, if I see the time 10:46, what is the time in your clock? Can you check and tell me? Is it 10:46? Because I know I have a systematic error in my watch, and I know the systematic error is 2 minutes slow. So this kind of error is called systematic error. So what I can easily do it, since I know my clock is 2 minutes slow, so I can easily find the actual value. So whatever the reading plus 2, that is called systematic errors. And the point of Bajar this machines, mass measuring machines, they have some extra weight in left side. And once you ask why this weight is there, they don't know, this is for the balance. That means this the weight of the stone is the systematic error of the system. That is adjusted with this, and we can do it. And one is called random error. Random error means total random, no such predictions are there. So random error can be anything related to temperature, pressure, or whatever it may be. Now I am coming to the classification of errors. Mark करा चाहिए ना? लिखता है ये ना? ठीक है ये So for the round of errors, maybe you know what is pi. Do you know the value of pi? Anybody know? Yeah. If I say nobody knows the value of pi, am I correct or incorrect?
Correct.
I am correct because nobody knows the exact value of pi. If you find, you will get a Nobel. I am sure. If mathematics Nobel is not there, ATAL is there. Okay. So what we do? We approximate the value of pi with 22.7. So what is the definition of pi? Do you know? Anybody? Students? क्या बात? पेज में बता जाओ. Do you know what is pi? How do you define pi? What is the concept? Pi is nothing but the ratio of circumference of a circle divided by diameter, or 2 into radius. So basically pi means 2 pi r by 2r, and it is approximated to 3.1415. Now I have a limited time and limited space. Like say I am using 64-bit machine. So I need to stop somewhere. Even I write in the copybook, I need to write in somewhere. I need to stop somewhere. So where I am stopping, there after that I am missing this value due to my limitations, space and time limitations. That's why I am rounding a number here. That's why it's called the round of errors. Okay. If I have 10 by 3, because computer don't know the fraction, it will understand 3.333 up to infinite. Will I have quantity of infinite? No. I need to cut in some places. So the error arise due to this cutting, we will call round of errors. Now coming to truncation errors. Maybe say from the mathematics you know e to the power x. Do you know what is this? 1, plus x plus x square by factorial 2 plus x cubed by factorial 3 up to infinite. Because it's a Maclaurin series, it's come from Taylor's infinite series. Again, say x is 1, so it's e, which is called the Navier's constant. 2.71 value. So it's 1 plus 1 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 factorial dot 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 dot. Again, due to my limitations, I need to cut somewhere. So what I am doing, I am truncating a series in such a way that the error propagates or error arises. That's why this is called the truncation error. So E is approximately 2.71, not the exact value.
But that truncating error could also include that round of error.
Yes, that is the consequence of round of error may be a consequence of this truncation error. Okay. Mathematical approximation error. I think you know regression. Regression is কি হয়? So what happens in regression? There some unknown points are there, and we need to fit. Maybe in linear regression, some linear path. So actually maybe the function was like this, and we are approximating like this. So we are compromising some values to the non-linear feature to the linear feature. That's why it is called the approximation or mathematical approximation errors. So these three kinds of errors are there. So this is the errors. And what is the motto? Motto is everybody want more accuracy and less precision. So since I use the word accuracy and precision, I should also tell this accuracy and precision. So we saw in Olympic last year, archery, although India had a very fascinating performance in archery last year, we had not a single medal, although it's not in archery. So in archery, what's happened? The center is the most point, 10, then 9, 8, 7, and sometimes 0, disqualified. So I will explain this accuracy with this example. But before that, I am using a simple example. Suppose that the true value of a quantity is 30, that is we know, and one set of measurement or instrument gives me 23 plus minus error bar is 1, and other is giving 28 plus minus 7. Now you see the value 28 is very close to 30. However, the error bar is very much. That means it can be from 21 to 35. But here you see 23 is very hard to 30, but this error bar is very small. So first one is called more accurate but less precise, and second one is called less accurate, things are but more precise. So what we got with respect to the accuracy and precision, we have two more options, more less. So total 2 into 4 options. So now I have come to the example. Say this is the base value, the true value center, and one participant did it. So what you see, they are scattered, and few values are very far from the center. So the values are far from the true value, and also they are scattered. So that's why it's sorry, they are very close to center, but they are scattered. So high accuracy, low precision. Now you come to this part. All are scattered and very far. So low accuracy, low precision. Now you see this part. These are very much close and precise, but all are very far from the center. True value. That's why low accuracy, high precision. And the fourth one is what you see, the best thing, very close to center, all the values, experimental values, and they are very precise. That's why accurate and precise. So B is the That means this is the best option for us. Now I am coming to the concept of significant digits. So significant digit means you need to start from the leftmost non-zero digits and you need to end up to rightmost non-zero digits if there is no decimal place. So this thing again I need to go to the board because sometimes in slide it is very tough to explain the thing. So whatever in my slide it is there, let me explain it at my own way. Even I forget what is in the slide. Okay. Suppose I have a number, okay, 3.415. Now if I ask you, that is it visible to all? 3.415. So how many significant digits are there? 4. Because it is the leftmost, rightmost, so you start the count 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't count the decimal place. Okay. But 3.100, no decimal place is there. So how many significant digits are there? 3. Okay? Fine. Yes. But if it is no 5. If there is decimal place, then it will be counted even if it is 0. So there are 5 significant digits. 5. 5.
If we place as a 3 decimal place.
It is 3. But if it is 34.100, it is 5. It is not 5, it is a IEEE standard unit. Okay. Because we have a misconception on that's why. So for us 81.8 and 81.80 are not same with respect to the count of significant digits. So we should remember this. Got it? But in case of no decimal thing, these are same with respect to the significant. Those are 3. Got it? Now suppose you have 0.0035. So how many significant digits are there?
4.
No, 2 only. Because first must be non-zero. Then you start the count. Then 2. Got it? 0.00350. 3. Because one decimal is there, then these will be counted. Clear? Okay. Now I am coming to the next part. What is like whatever in my slide we can go through later. Okay, last slide. Okay, so this is the last slide before keep there, and I am sure 99% people don't know the rule of rounding. It's last slide of okay, you forget my slide and see the board, okay? Suppose I need to round up the number. Maybe you know the rounding of errors. Say I have to round up 3.141567. I need to round up here. তাহলে উত্তর কত হবে? দেখাই সবাইকে।
1.16.
So can you explain the reason? 6 is greater than 5. So after this I know everybody know. Can you explain why?
Because it's an odd number for them.
I know you will do the mistake, that's why I asked. That is the thing maximum people, if even at my childhood I had the wrong concept. I can admit easily. The answer is true, but the reason that you are going to explain that is wrong. Why I will explain. Whatever you are giving the explain, that is coming the next part that I am coming. Odd even concept. Exactly, good. If it is 53, if it is 5, you can go to next place. Got it? So 53 is greater than 50. So it is this. Now,
Again, it will be 60.
now the logic that Madam told is correct. If it is here 5 kilo exact, don't go to third place because you have the limit. Then you need to see whether it's odd or even. If it is odd, plus 1. If it is even, plus 2. Got it? Okay, now tell me, now assignment. Now I already mentioned the rule. Now your assignment. What is the answer? You got that here. Because
5 is there, but 4 is the even number.
5 is exactly, but 4 is even. Got it? What about this? 7. Reason? Here you see what even your logic is telling here. So here we must first we consider 59. Then plus 1. Whatever maybe it's even or odd. If it is 50, then that you are telling it is even or will count. And I am sure we have a misconception on that. Maximum 2. And this is not my rule, this is the IEEE standard. If you just use any round of command in the computer by any language, you get the same output. Okay, so now we learn rounding. So now the next thing that I am going to show you the representation of integer and real numbers in context of 32-bit and 64-bit. Generally, you know, here's why we use 32-bit software. Nowadays, we generally use the 64-bit software. So now I will explain how actually this bit works in context of software. So, like first, I am coming 32-bit. So for 32 bits, the first bit is fine bit. The next 8 bit is called the exponent part, and last, what are the noise? 23 bit is mantissa part. Now you may ask me what is the meaning of mantissa, exponent and sign. Suppose I have a number 231.56. In 32-bit processor, the output will be like in the scientific format 0.23156 E3. E is equal to into 10 to the power 3. E means single precision, D means double precision. So this is the mantissa part, this is the exponent part, and this is the plus sign is there, nothing plus sign, sign part. So got it? Now for the same thing for 64-bit, it will be 0.23156D3, double precision. So for 64-bit, first bit is sign bit, the next 11th bit is the exponent bit, last 52 bit is the mantissa part. That's why you know, suppose you are calculating 39 factorial in computer. In any 32-bit software, maybe it will say overflow because there is only 8 exponent, only 8 places. While for 32 bit means 11 places. 1000 times 11 places means. Again, for the truncation part, since there are 52 places, the calculation will be more accurate. That's why we call it double precision. Double precision is acoustic point and is combination. That's why because there are 52 places. These things are very much important in context of the accuracy. Like ISRO, NASA, wherever rocket pathay, they need a high precision and high accuracy. একটু কম বেশি হলে রকেট কিন্তু ওভার না গিয়ে ইন্ডিয়ান স্পেস মোবাইল করে আসবে। So for that, they even not happy with the 64-bit machine. They use 512 or 1024 bit machine. Can you imagine? মানে কি লেভেলে ওরা অ্যাকুরেসি মেইনটেইন করে। তাও ফেল করে তা না। That's why there is a jargon, butterfly effect. Do you know what is butterfly effect? Have you ever heard this term? Butterfly effect? Very nice Hollywood movie, Butterfly Effect. Maybe have you heard the movie? And this is Oscar nominated movie. You should watch the movie. It's in YouTube. So butterfly effect means small cause huge output, huge consequences. Like tsunami. Tsunami is an example of butterfly effect. It's small perturbation তৈরি হলো আটলান্টিক ওশেনের মাঝে, সেটা যখন মালদ্বীপে চলে এলো, চেন্নাইতে চলে এলো, জাপানে গেল, হিউজ একটা আউট ইম্প্যাক্ট ফেললো। So butterfly effect basically আসে হচ্ছে এই জন্য স্মল এরর প্রোপাগেট করতে করতে এত বড় হয়ে যায়, হাউ মাচ আর হাউ জাইগান্টিক ইট শুড বি, so it is a devastation. So we can avoid this kind of butterfly effect using this high precision. যার জন্য কি nowadays we are happy with this 64 bit. We generally don't use 32 bit software. যদি এখন obsolete, কেউ ইউজও করে না। And I am sure maybe within 5-10 years we will go for 128-bit messages. Got it? So that we have more exponent part and more the Mandisa part, and we have more accuracy. Got it? সবচেয়ে ভালো হলে একটা স্টেজ পর্যন্ত নিতে পারলে, but এটা পসিবল না বাস্তবে। That's why the concept is there for the round of errors. Okay? Next. Now module 5, elementary statistics in nutshell. This part is very common, I think you know. Still I will just discuss two things. What is statistics? Science of data. I am just avoiding the slide. You know there are two types. One is the descriptive statistics, one is called inferential statistics. Descriptive means visualizations, representations, and inferential means analysis, outcomes, modeling. So descriptive statistics, it involves collecting data, presenting data, and analyzing the data. And the purpose is describe the data. And for the inferential statistics, estimation, hypothesis testing, so all are the part of decision making part. So that is called the inferential statistics. If we are dealing with data science, we should know the population. You know, population, although it's an universal word, so it's the same concept as universal set, locally universal. Like, you know, if I am working all the participants of this FDTP, 6 days FDTP, here my population is only this 40 or 50 participants. Size is less, but still it's a population. So population মানে যেটা বিশাল বড় হবে তার মানে করছে, ঠিক আছে? So now coming sample. So can you give some example of sampling on this population of all the participants in this class?
Small class scale is the sample.
Yeah, but I am asking the particular example sampling.
Suppose a few of them can be.
Good.
Few of them.
Or the first bench. It is called sample. Now once you are telling sample, anyway our slide on which I am going to share with you. Other than I make you say attention. So I will share to Dr. Pal, Sandeep Pal, maybe he will share with you. Okay. So since you are dealing with data science, you need to be accustomed with the basic terms rather than using these jargons and big codes and programs. So to do this, I have used an example, and from the example I will just one-to-one map you all the terms, so that I don't need to say the typical definitions individually. Got it? So what is my statement? Our director is interested in learning about the average age of faculty. That is the experiment statement, or problem statement, whatever maybe you can say. So here, what is the population? The age of our faculty. Be careful. Here, population is not the faculty members, their ages, because I am dealing with the age of the faculty. এই populationের সঙ্গে আমাদের কান্ট্রি population মিলে ফেললে কিন্তু হবে না. Don't mix with these different populations. Second, sample. Say we might take faculty, or say all the female faculty, or all the faculty more than 50 age. Sample. Variable. Age is a variable. Data. Single age. Data also plural, all the ages. Experiment, the entire thing. Parameter is the average. This one. And statistic is the number. Maybe I got the average number 41.35. So this is the parameter. And the average term is called parameter. And the number is called statistic. So the numerical value of the parameter is called statistic, not S. Be careful. Statistic. So now I come to sampling. Data science into sampling is very different. Anyway, sometimes Bangla class, if you can't understand Bengali, you will have to I can repeat it. Okay. Anyway, actually, প্রথমে তো এই ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ আগে আসছে যেমন ইংলিশ। Okay. So first it is called random sampling. Random sampling, can I conduct a random sampling among all these participants in the class? How? So বলতে পারবে? Anybody?
Student, teacher, researcher.
Nah, they are not random, they are categorical. You see there are lots of confusion. Systemic, stratified, cluster, or something. I mean, first I am asking the random sampling.
Randomly selected participants.
Yeah, but my point is how we will conduct. I want to conduct an experiment now. How we will conduct?
Basis of some parameters.
Yeah, sir, key what is it? So,
Randomly কয়েকজনকে তুলে নিয়ে সেখান থেকে এক্সামিন করব যে কি
সেটা আমরা কি করে করব? আমি চাইছি প্রসিডিওর,
randomly
মেথডোলজি। না সেটা তো আমার হয়ে গেল আমার কোইন্সিডেন্স বায়াস। আমি স্পেসের উপর নিই কারণ আমি ধরুন মেইনটেন্স বায়াস বুডিকে নেব। দ্যাট ইজ কল্ড বায়াস সামথিং এটা র্যান্ডম।
আপনি আরবিটারি একটা
দিস ইজ কল্ড ক্যাটাগরিক্যাল সামথিং। আমি একটা পজিশনকে বায়াস করে ফেলছি অর দ্য ইভেন অড পজিশনস।
না আরবিটারি সিলেকশন করব একটা পপুলেশনকে একটা স্যাম্পল সিলেকশনটা কিভাবে
কিভাবে এটা আপনি বললেন সেটা কিন্তু ক্যাটাগরি হয়ে যাচ্ছে। আমি বায়াস হ্যাঁ
Like lottery, we will do
Good.
the
The answer is the lottery. তো আমি নাও সে কি করে লটারি করতে
কাগজে আমার ফেলাতে নামগুলো লিখে রাখতে হবে।
গ্রুপ সেটা একটা বই আছে, সেটা আমি অত কষ্ট করব না।
র্যান্ডমলি যেটা জয়েন করে শুরু হবে।
এক্স্যাক্টলি আপনি খুব কাছাকাছি গেছেন, 10 থাকলে আপনি 6 পাবেন। আমি চাইছি 10 এর আনসার দেন।
Random number choose করা মানে আমি random number একটা
আরো কাছে গেছেন, 10 এ 8 দিলাম। আমার চাই 10 এ 10 পাবেন আনসার।
ধরুন এস নাম দিয়ে যাবে তাদেরকে
না তার সেই অভ্যাস আছে। বায়াস আমি বলবো না, আমি টোটালি নিউট্রাল। The best way is that আমি প্রথমে একবারে ইন্ডেক্স দিই 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 up to 40 রোল নাম্বার দেখবো বা ইন্ডেক্স নাম্বার। এরপর আমি এখানে পাইথন কোড চালাবো, সেখানে কোনো সিড ভ্যালু না দিয়ে আমি র্যান্ডম নাম্বার জেনারেট করব। ধরুন আমি 5 জন সেট করব। সো আমি পাইথনকে বললাম জেনারেট র্যান্ডম নাম্বার, আমি নাম পাই এ করে নাম পেয়ে র্যান্ডম করে আমি 1 থেকে 40 এর মধ্যে একটা নাম্বার জেনারেট করলাম। Suppose I got 37. So I ask 37 index come here. বাকি যে 37 কে বাদ দিয়ে বাকি 19টা বাদ ধরে আমি আবার রান্ডাম নাম্বার বের করব। এবং বের 23 বসিয়ে দিলাম। এইভাবে আমি 5 বার এক্সপ্লেন করে বসিয়ে
স্যার সেটা তো সিস্টেম ওরিয়েন্টেড
না, আমি তো র্যান্ডম নাম্বার বের করছি, আমি তো কোনো সিট ভ্যালু দিচ্ছি না। র্যান্ডম নাম্বার জেনারেশন কিন্তু একটা কথা সিট ভ্যালু, তাহলে তো হঠাৎ না সিট র্যান্ডম নাম্বার দুটো হতে পারে, পিরিয়ডিক র্যান্ডম নাম্বার আর ফুলি র্যান্ডম নাম্বার। আমি তো পাইথন কে বলছি কোনো সিট ভ্যালু একবার পিওর র্যান্ডম করতে হবে। বাট আমি যখন কোনো র্যান্ডম নাম্বার কোড চালাই 5টা নাম্বার, আমার প্রত্যেকটা আলাদা 5টা প্রোগ্রাম তো নাম্বার আছে, একই নাম্বার আসে না। বাট আর তা নাহলে লটারি করতে পারি, কোনো একটা কাউকে নিয়ে এসে ব্লাইন্ডলি একটা করে দিতে হবে। ঠিক আছে, তো দ্যাট ইজ কল্ড র্যান্ডম স্যাম্পলিং। সিস্টেমিক স্যাম্পলিং, আপনি র্যান্ডম বলি আমার সামনে দিলাম লাইন লেখা আছে এখানে করবে। ঠিক আছে, এবার সিস্টেমিক যেটা ম্যাডাম বলছিলেন 1357 আমার নাম্বারে কিছু বাইরে আছে অড নাম্বার, আমি তখন আমি অড বললাম না, so that is systemic sampling. Cluster sampling, আমার এই দুজনকে পছন্দ করা যে ড্রেসের রঙটা ভালো লেগেছে, so I am biased to this cluster, that is called cluster sampling. বা আমার ফিমেলদের পছন্দ, I am only consider করলাম, that is called cluster বা কোটা whatever, কারণ আমি ফিমেল কোটা সিলেক্ট করছি। Got it? So these are not random bias sampling. পারপাসিভ স্যাম্পলিং, এবার আমি কি করছি, যারা যারা ওল্ড এজ তাদের বাদ দিচ্ছি, ইয়ংদের নিচ্ছি, সেটা আমার হচ্ছে পারপাসিভ। আর আমি যদি শুধু ইয়ংদের নিই সেটা হচ্ছে পারপাস, মানে আমি এখানে ইয়ে করছি, বা আমি ফিমেলদের নিচ্ছি সেটাও পারপাস স্যাম্পলিং হচ্ছে। কনভেনিয়েন্ট স্যাম্পল, ওই একই রকম ড্রেস, যারা ড্রেস পরে এসছে তাদের আমি কালেক্ট করছি, সেটা আমার বায়াস স্যাম্পলিং। কোটা, কোটা তো এখানে বলে সবাই জানে, কোটা মানে কি, যাদের এজ 50 এর বেশি তাদের সিলেক্ট করছে এখানে, বা দ্য পার্টিসিপেন্ট হ্যাভিং দ্য এজ বিটুইন 45 to 46 I am collecting or selecting them, সেটা হচ্ছে কোটা স্যাম্পলিং। So now I am coming to the data analysis. So you know there are two types, descriptive and inferential statistics. আমি এগুলোর পর বেশি ডেসক্রিপশন করছি না, কারণ সব সাইড করতে গেলে আমার সেকেন্ড আরও ক্লাস দিতে হবে, আমার 3টে বইতে পড়া যাচ্ছে। বলুন,
ওই যে স্যাম্পলিং যেটা বললেন,
হ্যাঁ,
তো এবার আমরা ওটা কিভাবে ডিসিশন নেব যে কোন স্যাম্পলিংটা কোন সিচুয়েশনে?
এটা প্রবলেম ওরিয়েন্টেড। আমরা স্যাম্পলিং বলতে ওটাকে র্যান্ডম স্যাম্পলিং বুঝি। বাই ডিফল্ট অলওয়েজ ইফ ইউ ওয়ান্ট টু categorize all the population, it must be random sampling, it is exit poll হয়। আমি পুরো সবার কাছে যাই, so I go some person, জিজ্ঞেস করছি জানেন তার পার্টিকুলার কোনো পার্টিকুলার বায়াস, they go only to this people, they know their particular answer, so that is not a good sampling. Sampling is always random, so that it will categorize the population, otherwise it করবে না। But it
যদি আমি কথা মানে ট্রেডিং টেস্টিং বা ভ্যালিডেশনে যখন সেট আমাকে তৈরি করতে হয় এবং র্যান্ডম স্যাম্পলিং হবে, তখন সেক্ষেত্রে তো স্ট্র্যাটিফাইড র্যান্ডম স্যাম্পলিং বেটার সলিউশন হবে।
কোনটা বুঝলাম?
যদি ধরুন আমাকে কোনো একটা পার্টিকুলার স্যাম্পলের উপরে আমাকে ট্রেডিং টেস্টিং এবং ভ্যালিডেশন 3টে সেপারেট সেট তৈরি করতে হচ্ছে, সেক্ষেত্রে স্যার যেটা বলছিলেন যে কোনটা আমাদের বেটার হবে, তো সেক্ষেত্রে র্যান্ডম স্যাম্পলিং তো অবশ্যই। তো এখানে আপনি একটা অপশন দেখেছিলেন স্ট্র্যাটিফাইড র্যান্ডম স্যাম্পলিং, তো সেক্ষেত্রে স্ট্র্যাটিফাইড র্যান্ডম স্যাম্পলিং তো বেটার অপশন হবে।
সেটা ডিপেন্ড করছে আমার প্রবলেম আমার এটার নেচার কেমন বা প্রবলেমের স্টেটমেন্ট কেমন। বাই ডিফল্ট ইটস অলওয়েজ র্যান্ডম স্যাম্পলিং। বাট যেমন আমরা ওটিপি পাই, যখন ওটিপি অলওয়েজ র্যান্ডম স্যাম্পলিং, তাহলে তো পেড করে দিতে পারবে।
যখন এক্সিট পোল হচ্ছে তখন আমরা যদি একটা পার্টিকুলার র্যান্ডমলি স্যাম্পল করলাম, পরবর্তী করে পার্টিকুলার ডিস্ট্রিক্টে সবগুলো স্যাম্পল না, তখন কি আমরা সেটাকে রিজেক্ট করতে অ্যাকসেপ্ট করব?
সেটা আমি মেনটেন করছি হোমোজেনিটি, হোমোজেনিয়াস স্যাম্পলটা বলা, মানে সব জোন থেকে কিছু ছিল, তাই তো?
আমাদের র্যান্ডমলি স্যাম্পলটা দেখা গেল যে একটা ডিস্ট্রিক্টে সবগুলো চলে,
প্রবলেমটা হচ্ছে আমি কি ধরনের কনক্লুশনে যাচ্ছি তার উপর ডিপেন্ড করছে। আমি যদি অনলি পপুলেশনের অ্যাকুরেসি দেখতে চাই, ব্লাইন্ডলি র্যান্ডম স্যাম্পলিং। Now depending upon my problem statement and nature of the outcome, I will select the sample. Got it? Okay, so now coming to this part, descriptive and inferred self statistics. তো এখানে আমি জানি যে মেজার অফ সেন্ট্রাল টেন্ডেন্সি আছে, মিন মিডিয়ান মোড সবাই জানে। সো হোয়াট ইজ মিডিয়ান তুমি বলতে পারবে? মিন সবাই জানে, এভারেজ। হোয়াট ইজ মিডিয়ান? মিড ভ্যালু।
It is odd.
number is in the middle there.
আর if it is even,
Median to median.
provided the data must be in increasing or decreasing order. সঠিক অর্ডারটা কষ্ট করতে হবে। আর হোয়াট ইজ মোড?
most frequently occurring data.
ওকে, তো এখানে আমি ধরুন কাজ করছি ওদের এজ নিয়ে, আই এম ওয়ার্কিং অন দ্য এজ অফ দ্য পার্টিসিপেন্ট। তো আমি এখন দেখছি যে 40 থেকে 42 আছে 2 জন, 42 থেকে 44 5 জন, 44 থেকে 50 3 জন, তাহলে মোট কত? Right. Be careful, mode is not the frequency, mode is the corresponding value, but not the peak.
No, my Twitter range.
আর can you mention mean median মোডের মধ্যে একটা পার্থক্য আছে যেটা মিন মিডিয়ানে থাকলে মোডে থাকে না? Yes? No outlier মোডে থাকলে তো সমস্যা হবে। ওটা যেটা আপনি বলছেন সেটা মিন আর মিডিয়ানের মধ্যে পার্থক্য আছে, আউটলিয়ার থাকলে মিডিয়ান এফেক্ট করে না। তার কারণ আমি এক্সপ্লেন করছি। Anyway, you are very close to the right answer. 2351 এটার অ্যাভারেজ হচ্ছে, মিন হচ্ছে প্রায় 20 মতো, কিন্তু মিডিয়ান 3। So here median is the best central tendency compared to mean because the outlier is there. But এখানে মোড কত? মোড নেই। So mean and median is a mandatory property. Mode may occur or may not occur. আমি ওইটাই জানতে চেয়েছি, বুঝতে পারো? Unimodal. Actually, there is no mode exists. Unimodal is a term, and I agree, but mode does not exist.
One sensing or
Yes, mode one is a factor, but you will become good. Bimodal.
multimodal.
কিন্তু এখানে কোনো মোড নেই। কখন হবে মোড আমি বলছি। 2 3 3 4
Then 3
Mode.
is the mode.
2 2 3 3 4
3 is the mode.
No, here 2 3 4 5 da 2 and 3
2 and 3, yeah.
Rejected. ঠিক আছে, বাট 2 3 করে কিন্তু কোনো মোড নেই। বোঝা গেল? না একে বেশি করতে হবে।
Every time median 2 can define the outlier.
No, median, when outliers are there, then mean fails to give the tendency of this curve, under tendency. That's why median fails. Got it? বোঝা গেল? আচ্ছা, এরপরে হচ্ছে measure of dispersion. First dispersion is called range. Do you know what is range? Highest minus lowest value. Okay, the D values of highest and lowest. And what is variance? First you tell what is mean deviation. Do you know what is mean deviation?
Maybe from the
Yes. So how can you calculate? Can you explain? Yes. Yes. So we have x bar sample mean. So I can take mod of xi minus x bar for all I by n. If it is I1 to n. That is called mean deviation. No, mean absolute for non mean deviation. The what is mean deviation? The formula. এইটা তো মানে এটা শূন্য হবে। If you calculate this, it is zero.
If you don't take the bar,
If you don't take the bar, what is this? Xi minus x bar.
negative, both are calculated.
So what is the value of this? Do you know?
If you don't give get the bar, then we get the positive and negative.
Yes.
And the mean absolute.
এটা জিরো হবে না
Mean deviation may be 0.
মেইন মাস্ট বি জিরো অলওয়েজ জিরো এখন নিতেই হবে না না হলে তো সবসময় শূন্য হবে সাম অফ xi মাইনাস xi বার x বার এটা মানে কি আমি যদি i 1 to n করি তাহলে এটা কি হলো সাম অফ xi পুরোটা হয়ে গেল এটা হলো nx বার n বার বাদ দিচ্ছি আবার এটা মানে nx বার মাইনাস nx বার 0 so no meaning is there so the word is becoming also as যার জন্য for the standard deviation the formula is a whole square by n minus 1
That is negative the linear.
এক্স্যাক্টলি কারণ হচ্ছে সেখানে আসছে লিনিয়ারলি ইন্ডিপেন্ডেন্ট এন্ড ডিপেন্ডেন্স একটা উত্তর দিতে গিয়ে একটা আমি এটা ভাবছিলাম পরে এক্সপ্লেন করব সিন্স ইউ আস্কড দ্য কোয়েশ্চেন আই হ্যাড অ্যাডভান্টেজ টু গিভ দ্য আনসার ইজি বাট ইট কিন্তু ফর দ্য পপুলেশন ইট ইজ ক্যালকুলেট বি কেয়ারফুল আর এটা রুট দিলে এটা হচ্ছে এসজি আর এটা হলো ভ্যারিয়েন্স সো এগুলো আমি আর আসছি না বাট you should know all these things in data science মানে শুধু পাইথন কোড চালানি এটা শুধু সুন্দর ছবি তৈরি করা নয় but since my talk is introductory so I will take the basic level okay now what is correlation do you know I have already asked somebody cross correlation kind of question or you now I will explain what is why you need it
How to vary with the correlation?
yes
How to vary with the correlation?
yes so how very good ধরে x and y আছে so this is the typical formula of Pearson correlation আমি ওইতে আইতে আসছি না and you know it is from minus 1 to 1 the range of this value minus 1 থেকে 0 হলে indirect 0 থেকে 1 হলে direct now my question is that what is the physical significance value আসছে ঠিক আছে আমি ম্যাথের দিকে যাচ্ছি না suppose I tell that there is x and y two variables and the correlation is 0.7 x আছে y আছে আমি প্লট করে দিয়েছি কিছু একটা এবং 0.7 I calculate it's 0.7 now can you explain what is the meaning of this value 0.7 কি তাই লাগছে
Yes, means we can include any one variable because in India there is so much variable, so we can ignore the variables which are completed.
A and B have
Additionally, correlation.
Positive relation.
yeah that is the
relationship of
that is that we can see
If x and
but I am asking what is the meaning of it
variable and the target variable, then y is fully dependent on x. The result will be based on the.
আমি আরো একটা সহজ করে আনসার দিতাম আমি যেহেতু মিক্স অডিয়েন্স আছে আমি কত কঠিন জায়গায় যাব না
X and y has a difference of 0.6.
একটা ভেরিয়েবল থেকে একটা ভেরিয়েবল
আমি পুরো মডেল ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ বানাবো
tends to perfect correlation with the 0.7 tends to perfect correlation direct
X টা বাদে y
that we know from
X টা বাদে y টা বাড়বে
right very good that's কত
0.7.
70% ক্ষেত্রে x বাড়লে x and y এর অ্যালাইন বাড়ে না অন্য কমবে বিহেভ অ্যালাইন it is exactly one for each cases x y behaves alike now tell me if it is 0 then what is the meaning r is 0 r smaller
ইন্ডিপেন্ডেন্ট
সাইন কার্ভ এটা ওখানে কোনো বলা যাচ্ছে না বাড়ছে কমছে কোনো কিছু ঠিক নেই that's why minus 0.5 থেকে 0.1 এই জোনটা আমরা উইক করে because I have very tough question in concluding whether behaves alike or dislike যদি minus 1 হয় তাহলে কি মিনিং
Opposite.
বুঝি আমরা পড়েছি না ভ্যারিয়েশন কনস্ট্যান্ট যারা বাংলায় মিডিয়ামে পড়েছে পেট সমস্যাকে বলে সো দ্যাট ইজ দ্য সেম কনসেপ্ট অ্যাজ দ্য কোরিলেশন ভ্যারিয়েশন কনস্ট্যান্ট -1 মানে সে x ভ্যারিয়েস x is -y পুরো উল্টো হচ্ছে -1 ইনভার্স ঠিক আছে So that is the meaning of correlation. Now coming to the regression. A regression রিগ্রেশন বা কার্ভ ফিটিং এখন তো মেশিন লার্নিং এর একটা ভালো ওয়ার্ড। তো রিগ্রেশনের মেন আইডিয়াটা কি, আননোন পয়েন্টসে ওয়াই বার করা, নোন এক্স এর জন্য আননোন ওয়াই গুলো বার করা। তো আমি তো অলরেডি মেথড করেছি ইন্টারপোলেশন, মেবি ইউ নো অলরেডি ইন্টারপোলেশন সেম কাজই তো করে। সো হোয়াই উই নিড দিস রিগ্রেশন, ক্যান ইউ গিভ দ্য আনসার? কাজ তো সেই সেম, আননোন পয়েন্ট থেকে নোন পয়েন্ট গুলো বার করা, তাই না?
On the given equation, we can easily calculate the unknown value.
ইভেন ইকুয়েশন নাকি আমি ইকুয়েশনে বার করি?
Whatever the equation we find,
সেটা তো দুটো ক্ষেত্রেই হয়, রিগ্রেশন ইন্টারপ্রেশন তাই হয়, তাহলে আমি আমার রিগ্রেশন করা কি
we will be calculating the difference many times. Whenever it will be the value is present, we get the interpolation between the values or extrapolation
কেন আমাদের এক্সট্রাপোলেশন আছে
outside the value.
কাল বই গেল
Unknown parameters is there which is not changing in the values, then we cannot use the interpolation.
এটা অনেক উত্তর বলুন প্রথম। হ্যাঁ বলুন।
Interpolation is a linear relation.
না ইন্টারপ্রেশন বার হয় কোয়াড্রেটিক কিউবি ইয়েস ক্লাসিফিকেশন আসেনি, এটা রিগ্রেশন। ক্লাসিফিকেশনটা উল্টো দিকে চলে যাচ্ছে। শুনতে পাচ্ছি না, আর জোর করে বলো। ক্লাসিফিকেশন আমি যাইনি, আমি তো রিগ্রেশনই আটকে আছি। আই এম আস্কিং রিগ্রেশন এন্ড ইন্টারপ্রেশন, তুমি তো উল্টো দিকে চলে গেছো। ক্লাসিফিকেশন রিগ্রেশন মানে আমার কাজের একটা প্রেডিকশন, নট ফর দ্য ক্লাসিফিকেশন। ইন্টারপ্রেশনের যে মেইন সমস্যা, সবাই আই হ্যাভ 1 লাখ ডেটা পয়েন্ট আননোন ডেটা, তাহলে যে ইন্টারপ্রেটিং পলিনোমিয়ালটা হবে তার ডিগ্রি হবে 1 লাখ মাইনাস 1 n মাইনাস 1 ডিগ্রি। তো এত বড় পলিনোমিয়াল আমি ক্যালকুলেট করে কম্পিউটারে, আমার কম্পিউটার আর চলবে না, সে আমি যত আমি লাগাই না। Once there are less point, it's okay, because for the interpolating polynomial it passes through all the points. সেটা আমি আসছি উত্তরটা। You see, প্রথমটা হচ্ছে interpolation, it passes through all the points. That's why the polynomial we are getting either n points, n minus 1 degree polynomial. However, for regression we have a liberty, either it's linear or non-linear, we can easily approximate it. So first one is called deterministic method or analytic method, while second one is called the probabilistic method or heuristic method. এই যে আমরা জার্মান ইউজ করি, মেশিন লার্নিং, ডিপ লার্নিং, all are probabilistic, not deterministic. While interpolation is a pure math, that is deterministic. Obviously interpolation এর অনেক ভালো হবে, but for less points. যখন পয়েন্ট বেশি আসবে তখন আমি কন্ট্রোল করতে পারবো না, অনেক বেড়ে যাবে, হবেই না। ওকে, সো ওয়ান ইজ ডিটারমিনিস্টিক, ওয়ান ইজ প্রবাবিলিস্টিক। So there is a sample, there are 6 persons. I'm giving an example of regression, age versus weight. So from the same thing I will predict the weight of having age 8.5 and 7.2, which is missing in the table. Okay, তো আমি কি করেছি, কারণ প্রথমে আমি নরমালি বার করলাম xy করে আমি রিগ্রেশন ফর্মুলা লাগিয়ে দিলাম, y is mx plus c, দিয়ে আমি বসিয়ে দিয়ে এই স্টেপ লাইনটা পেলাম, I got this step line and I found it's 12.50 and 11.52 approximately. The same thing I have included in Python code. আমি আর কোডটা চালিয়ে দেখাচ্ছি না, টাইম নেই। So I have implemented it, I have plotted it, and if I see I have to draw a line and I got these two unknown values, and you can see the straight line. Here the capital R is 0.5. Since it's a linear regression, it is less. If it's non-linear, it is more. Okay. So this is the beauty of regression. So known versus predicted versus this regression. Got it? Now module 6. Module 6 is data visualization and computation. So there are lots of data visualization techniques. I am just skipping the slide because I have one more talk on my own work, the paper reading. So you know data mainly two types, tabular data and visualized data. So always visualized data is more better in order to understand the thing. Right? So these are the types of visualization. First is called scatter plot. Scatter plot means just plot in the two dimensions. Now somebody may ask, if I have more than two pictures or dimensions, generally we map it to use dimension, and computation people are clever, they use the term pictures, but both are same. Okay. So if there are say 3 dimensions or 4 dimensions, how can you visualize? Can you tell? Because আমরা জানি যে ম্যাক্সিমাম 3 ডাইমেনশন, লেন্থ, উইডথ এন্ড হাইট, x y z, তার বেশি কোনো দরকার নেই বাস্তবে। So how can we visualize? There is a technique, PCA. Maybe in the class of machine learning you learn this principal component analysis, where we can reduce the dimension, keeping the property of data be same. So we can use the PCA to visualize. So same for the scatter plot, because scatter plot is only for the two dimension. Bar diagram or bar chart. I think you know. I should skip it. Pie chart, and you know. Histogram. Now I will question again. What is the difference of bar diagram and histogram? So देखते हैं क्या लगे? तो तुझे जाना किधर होगा? What my point?
Histogram represents the frequency of the data.
और bar diagram तो ऑपरेटर ना? नहीं. Right. Bar diagram mainly for the discrete, and histogram we use the continuous. Line chart you know, just histogram में mid point जो पूरे line chart, तो सब हमने जानी लो इसको लाओगे. Heat map. It uses the color gradients to represent the magnitude of values. Generally we have similar term contours. Contours तो लगे हो, तो contours और विभिन्न कार्बन आकार है, heat map का जो homogeneous. Concept of same. कौन position है कौन value हमारा easily indicate हो, we can easily indicate. Module 7, data warehousing. Very good topic nowadays because you know, already तो data का जमा होता है होता है. Okay, so these are the basics of data warehousing. So a data warehouse is a centralized system designed for storing, managing, and analyzing large volumes of data. Generally, after GitHub or Kaggle, we generally use in some manner for data warehousing. Mainly GitHub. But particularly Google Colab, I think you know 100 times Google Colab. Although personally I don't prefer to use Colab. Do you know why? Because Colab has a restriction for using the data. Only 32 GB for free users. Not only that, for Google Colab, if you have lots of images, it will take so much time for uploading in the cloud. While you are using your own local system, it will be much more faster. It collects and integrates the data from multiple sources across the organizations. Main goal is to support business intelligence, reporting, and data analysis. It provides a unified view of both historical and current data for better decision making. If you have data archive, उधर पास से खाने के But in data archive, generally you don't have the option for analyzing. Only say collecting, storing, and visualizing. Till the descriptive statistics. Excuse me. Okay, now I am coming to the architecture of data layer. 1 layer, 2 layer and 3 layer. So obviously for the 1 layer it's small scale and simple. Generally we do use it generally in our daily work. But the limitation is very less scalability. Maybe nowadays you know the word high performance computing, HPC. Have you ever heard this term? HPC, high performance computing system. In NITTTR Kolkata, we have also one HPC we recently procured. So do you know why HPC is good compared to the local server local system? What is scalability?
Multiple clusters are there. Multiple clusters are there.
Multiple cluster threads and high speed processors in a single system. Do you know the difference between thread and processors?
থ্রেড হচ্ছে প্রসেসের একদম স্মলার পোর্শনকে আমরা থ্রেড বলতে পারি, আর প্রসেস তো মানে
আনসারটা খুব সিম্পল। থ্রেড হচ্ছে রিলেটেড টু সফটওয়্যার, প্রসেসর হচ্ছে রিলেটেড টু হার্ডওয়্যার। এটা সবচেয়ে সোজা আনসার। এটা বলে যে যাবে বুঝতে পারি। কাজটা সেম। তো সেইখানে কিন্তু এইচপিসি তে পার্টিকুলারলি ওরা এমন ভাবে করে ট্রেডিংটা scalability that was maintained. That's why I just use the word high performance computing. And I also have a training program for faculty, HPC and cloud computing. So if you are interested, maybe you can join this training program. And this is for the 2 and 3 layers. Obviously, it's better performance. And 3 layers is the most scalable one. So, যত আমরা ভালো ক্লাউডগুলো দেখি যারা কাজ করে সবগুলো সব 3 layers. Even more than 3 layers, multiple layers. Now I am coming to this ETL process: extraction, cleaning, transformation, and loading. So all the parts are the pre-processing of data. Yes.
In the last slide,
Yes.
there is one written, there is OLAP processing.
Which one?
Last one, 3-layer OLAP processing.
Yeah, OLAP is a technique. I am not familiar with the technique. Because I don't have to use the technique. But OLAP is a technique. But there are 3 layers.
Multiple layers. This parameter, we can use the more parameters.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
To get the statistical rule, right?
Not all the cases, because you know, for each of the tools there are a free version and one is the premium version.
Yes.
The free version, because I have to use, I am not sure on that. But
In case of multi-dimensional data, why we can get 3 layers?
in case of,
Multi-dimensional data.
it's not linked to the features. You don't mix with the features and the architecture. Multi-dimensional data can be single layer. So I have a data with 50 features. So I can keep the single layer. What is the problem? But don't mix with the layers and the features and the layers. One is architecture related, one is the data structure. Okay. Actually, what happens? This kind of tools during the COVID, maximum were free. Nowadays, what happened? They already started the premium version. Maybe you are using for 7 or 10 days. They will ask your credit card number. So ETL process stages in data like extraction, cleaning, transformation, and loading. So the entire pre-processing part. Now I am coming to the module 8, that is for the data science tools. That is very important because nowadays nobody use pen and paper to go through or to do research in data science. They must use some software and tools. Obviously, first tool is Python. So may I know how many of you use Python? Can you raise your hand? I am sure maximum. Yes. So the main, can you tell me what is the main disadvantage of Python? Yes, not advantage. Advantage I know, lots of advantages there.
It is speed is slow sometimes.
Yeah, why? Your answer is true. Speed is
Because It is interpreter based and one by one with
Object-oriented language.
yeah.
So in context of this parallel computing, actually Python is not a good tool. Although we use, because we don't have this kind of large amount of data. That's why those who are working on material science or astrophysics or computing, astronomy, big data, they sometimes use the C and MPI. Maybe you have this technique, MPI and OpenMP. Because although it's a classic language are fast, very, very much fast. They still use Java or C. Even in some cases in astrophysics, they use Fortran, the most fast language. But Python is not very, in a single umbrella, there are lots of tools and features there. From visualizations to statistics to optimization, everything Python you will find. That's why Python is a good package, but not good for those who are dealing with the big data. R is better, compatible. Although R is an interpreting language, but the speed of R is better than Python. But still, 95% will use Python for all these things. MATLAB. What is the main disadvantage of MATLAB? Do you know? একটা বলে দিই এটা ফ্রি নয় কিনতে হবে obviously you can use the private version but obviously in campus you can use the private version
প্যাকেজ বা লাইব্রেরি তো কম নাম্বার প্যাকেজ বা লাইব্রেরি
আচ্ছা সবই তাই কিনতে হবে Simulink is there and you pay for it and for each of the package you pay and it's not perpetual, it's renewable. That's why the main disadvantage. And also particularly for the image processing and machine learning, good tools are not there. Those who are from electrical engineering, for them MATLAB is good. Circuit-related things, lots of things are there. But for computer science people, I will not recommend MATLAB. Python is far better. And apart from that, why I have Python, why I have Scilab, why I have RE3, why I will go to MATLAB? By paying cost and spending money of college or university. Okay. Scilab is similar to MATLAB. Even in Scilab there is a package SciCos or XCos, which is quite similar to MATLAB in Simulink. Okay. Still MATLAB is good, but you have to pay for it. R. How many people using R? Very less. But you should also learn R. R is very good, nice tool for particularly statistical analysis. And obviously SQL, mainly for data base management. S-1 we used to use Oracle, but nowadays Oracle nobody uses. It's a good software, but you need to pay for it, and not the perpetual thing. Again license. So that's why SQL, even in MS Office, there is a database tool. Do you know what is the tool?
MS
Access. Right. Those who are working on Visual Basic, they still use the MS Access for database. Maybe you know. Visual Basic is very good language, not bad language. Don't underestimate Visual Basic. Visual Basic with Access, you can do lots of things. Okay. And some other tools, obviously MS Excel, well, not, in Excel you have lots of scope. Even you can solve the optimization problem, LPP problem, integer programming problem, you can solve it. Untaker problem, GDR question in Excel. So you also should understand Excel only for the tally and all these things, the sum, addition, and sorting. Okay. Even Excel has the feature of visualization. Although the interface is not good. Tableau is mainly dedicated for the statistical analysis. Jupyter Notebook is nothing but a part of Anaconda. Anaconda is a third-party software of Python. May I know in Python which kind of IDE you use? IDE means Integrated Development Environment. Jupyter Notebook. So which is part of Anaconda. But again, I suggest Jupyter is slow because Anaconda is very heavy software. Unless you have 32 GB RAM and SSD processor, it may be a problem. So I suggest go for IDE, the official Python. Because you know, since Jupyter is a third-party software, you can't get the latest version at the Jupyter. First Python develop, then Jupyter adopt it. Let's say now Python, the last version is probably 3.14 or 15. While in Jupyter, basically Anaconda, it's 3.9 or 10. So why we compromise? But so it's nice that a particular student grow culture to work with IDE, the official Python. Instead of using this Collapse or Kaggle or this Jupyter Notebook, I know Jupyter Notebook is interactive, that's why they are using it. The help options are there.
Jupyter we have code block-based coding.
I know. Same are also in Collapse, even on now is Kaggle. But the thing is that you will just speed now. Once you are dealing with the big data. Once you are adding 5 plus 5 is 10. I am happy with Kaggle or Notebook or even Collapse.
Can you create custom environment in Python IDE?
Yes,
Custom environment.
I will show. I will show how to install it. Custom is the best one, so that even with the path you can have the DLL and I will just show. In my laptop I have already installed custom. Don't use this. No. And also Reacting minor, but unfortunately it's not free now. Elsewhere it was free first 1 year. You need to pay for it. So I will not suggest. I think R is good, R and Python. And some manner MATLAB. And Excel also good. Generally Excel, although it's a paid software, but Excel is supposed to be free to all because everybody purchases Windows and Excel comes with this. Apart from that, I mentioned to forget those who are working on forecasting. ANOVA is a very good software, and there is a tool that is called I forget the name. Nu-based. I forget the name. Nu-based computing tool. GNU-based computing tool. Forget the name. Very good tool. Oh, Nu-Octet. GNU Octet. Although G is there, it is a French word, Nu-Octet, GNU Octet. It is free tool, very nice tool. Okay, now I will wrap up this, then I will show the Python that you asked, then I will do my second part, last half an hour part. So what we see, what are the ethics and challenge? The ethics is that the data privacy, security and consent in data collection and analysis. So I will come particularly this consent and collection part. Sometimes when we use the data and don't cite the particular authority of a particular paper, that is a criminal offense in context of academia. So we should not do it. We should properly cite the data sources, mention it. Sometimes the authority is not ready to freely give the data. In that case, you take verbal or written permission that I am using your exclusive data. That is the common ethics, and we should properly cite it. And also sometimes once you are using some sensitive data, suppose you are some hospital's personal data, exclusive data. So in that case you should be careful because you know all the personal data are there for personal patients. So you should be careful data security about it. And avoiding bias in data sets. Data must be unbiased data and maintaining transparency and accountability in data-driven decisions. So I ran the program and got the accuracy 0.6 or 0.7, but in the sake of publishing paper, I manipulated it to 0.95. That is not a good ethics. All the time you will do it sometimes, just in order to count or increase our paper number. But that is not a good practice if you see in context of ethics. And what are the challenges? Obviously, handling large and complex and diverse data sources. Sometimes quality, because you know there is a term overfitting. maybe you know, maybe you will learn once the machine learning class will be there. So we should be careful on overfitting, because you know in overfitting maybe it will show 99% accuracy, but although it is not, so it's a challenge of that. And also keeping up with the evolving regulations and ethical standards in data science. That's why this kind of HTTP AICTE is giving the permission to conduct. So these are the key takeaways and summaries. Data science integrates statistical, mathematical and computational approaches to extract insight from data. A structured process including data collection, data cleaning, transformation, basically data preprocessing, all the parts. ATAL. Data visualization and communication are essential for translating complex findings and into actionable business intelligence. And unless it is visualization, nobody cares your theoretical and table results. Nowadays, all are in a hurry. That's why visualization is very much important in all these things. And the last point is that the tools and awareness of ethical considerations are critical for the effective and responsible practice of data science. So that you need to take care of that. So now I am coming to the part and questions and answers session.
bias आपको believe क्या कैसा
Sorry.
believe क्या क्या ये bias अगर डॉक्टर के डॉक्टर के अपने आप को bias
No, you see the answer will be in the two way. If it is a real data, suppose you are collecting from third party. Third party. In that case, you need to check the original source. Like for example, once you ask something in the ChatGPT, obviously you don't write the you need to verify the original sources. Same as well, once we use the Google search, we must need to use the authenticated paper or journal or book. In a similar manner, for the real world data you need to verify. If you get from the original source, then no question for the truth. In case of synthetic data, you need to check whether the data is generated for a particular motivation or it has been generated totally randomly for uses. That you need to check there. That's why you know there is a concept of seed value in case of synthetic data. Have you heard the seed value? Seed terms SWD, B. So you need to be careful in case of synthetic data. You can cross check it using the real seed value. So you can go through on this. How to check synthetic data with and without seed value. Just ask ChatGPT or Google, you find your answer. But in case of real data, although you are downloading from third party, unless you are downloading from official website like IIT or UCL or whatever, NASA, whatever maybe, once you are downloading from any Google third party or maybe some ATAL or maybe some GitHub or whatever maybe, you must verify whether it's correct or not. So that's what the good practice is that suppose you have a good paper that you are going through and you want to use the same data for different purpose. So you write the author, please share me the data and I will cite your paper. And see it is published, it is actually good, already authentic data, not non-biased data. And sometimes if you are lucky, the preprocessing is already there by this author. And since you are citing his or her paper, he or she will have to provide you the preprocessed data. So that you can avoid the first step also. And you can concentrate on this actual one. Basically that thing is totally what is your purpose and goal that depends. But even for synthetic data you can generate. You know in there is a packet scikit-learn, maybe you heard in Python. In scikit-learn there is a packet for data generation. You can generate structured data, you can use unstructured data, all are there. Please go through this. Already there in scikit-learn. Okay. Even in scikit-learn, some options are there for where you can avail the benchmark data set, like IDs. Maybe you know the data set. And aggregation, compound, these are the standard benchmark data set. That you can directly avail from Python. Don't need to go rely on Kaggle or whatever maybe these kind of sites. GitHub. Here you can find cyclic graph. So just go through this topic. How can I extract data using cyclic graph in Python? Real data, real world data. Even in cyclic graph, you can generate the artificial data. Got it? You can take the seed value, you can change the pattern, you can change the centers, cluster, numbers, everything you can do. Features, you can use the PCA to reduce it, you can compare the PCA accuracy and the raw data accuracy. Even you can normalize the data using the standard scale, everything you can. Nowadays, lots of good tools are there. Okay. So I think that's all. So I will show how to customize the Python that somebody was asking. So I will show it now. The password will be there. Thank you. Request করো কি বলতো এখন একটা কথা না ভুল হলো একটা পুরো ডেটাবেস খাচ্ছে
ক্যাপচার BCRAPC
capital BCRAPC @ 12345
না কানেক্ট ওকে সো আমি প্রথমে দেখাচ্ছি আমি কি করে অফিশিয়াল পাইথন ডাউনলোড করব মানে আমি ওই অ্যানাকোন্ডা বা এই গুগল কোল্যাব বলছি তো জাস্ট গুগল পাইথন this is the official python so you can go to download you see this is the latest one you can download it or you can go to the all release generally it's a to practice latest -1 version. Do you know why? Because the later versions have some bugs, more bugs. It's open source tool, so it's better. The older version is better. Already some bugs are fixed. Anyway, so you can download this one. This is a good one. Or you can go for 3.1, 3.4. Then I already mentioned. Then you will download an exe file. For example, I have already downloaded it. Software. Like say, for my case, I have already this one. So I want to install it. How can I do it? Just click. Here, I only can modify because I have already installed this. So what I can do, I can try a new one. I can download it. And latest account I have. Oh, wait a minute. Good. তাহলে এটা আমার নিউ ওয়ান পাইথন একটা গুড ফিচার হচ্ছে আমি একসঙ্গে অনেকগুলো ভার্সন কাজ করি ঠিক আছে মাল্টিপল ভার্সন so আমি কাস্টমাইজ ইনস্টল since I will go for the customer installation so first I will locate a folder where I will install so it is a good practice you directly go to C drive not in the my documents or in home go to C drive in C drive you can create a folder say my Python so so that everything I will download here and I can track everything in a single folder. So now just click here. So I will just use this. You see, there are two options. Since Python is already there, it is telling me to update it or I can separately use it. So I will go for this one. So I will go with this. So I will select all these things. Next. Then instead of this, I will create browse. I will go to my PC, this PC, and I will find the folder using my Python. Then install. I will not install it, I click install. So that it will be customized installation. So what are the features for that? If I install it, like say for example, I have installed Python 3.1.3 in my system. Here you see there is a links file, a DLL file, so that here you can find all the source code of this program, and also in the scripts, whatever you are downloading or installing the add-on packages, you can easily see all the source code here. Now, how can you install the packages? Once you install the main Python, you just go to command prompt. Open the command prompt, and in the command prompt just use the word pip. Now I want to install NumPy. Pip install NumPy. You see actually requirement already I have installed Python. So in a similar manner you can use pip into scikit-learn, pip into SciPy, matplotlib for plotting, cbol. Mainly for the plotting we use matplotlib and cbol. Those who are the advanced user usually use the cbol. Okay, so we can easily use it. So this is the best one. And I suggest everybody to use this Python. This is the most fast, reliable and very good. Okay. Rather using the third-party software, using that software, what is the role on that? So that's all for this session. Maybe I will take a 5 minutes break. Then I will present the paper that is already scheduled in your my paper. Then at the last 10 minutes I will conduct the quiz. So I need to optimize with the time. So now it's 12:32. I will start at 12:35 or 37. Spend maximum 15 to 20 minutes. I will run a cyclone speed. Then I will conduct a quiz. Quiz will be more interesting. Whatever I taught in the last 2 hours, I can get all the questions will be from that. And there will be gold, silver, and gold medal for that. You can see your picture here. Okay. Kahut. I think you know Kahut. How is this? Kahut. এবার তো হচ্ছে এতক্ষণ চলছিল পড়ানো, এবার হচ্ছে লেকচার দেওয়া, মানে নিজের কাজ। So it's kind of advertisement. Okay. What I have done. Actually, this paper has been recently published in Expert System with Application, very reputed journal in computer science. With my MTech student, not even a PhD student. Yes, I have. Now I have 2 part-time PhD students. No, but in our institute, till last year we don't have scope for PhD students. Since last year we become university. So from this year we are taking PhD students. Yes. You can apply. This year admission is already over. I got 2 scholars this year. One is from General Degree College and one is from Engineering College. EVM. But next year, if anybody interested, they may apply. We have both part-time and full-time. Both options are there. বলছেন না আমার ভালো থাকে ওইটাই তো বলছি হ্যাঁ শিওর
Hello participants, I think you have enjoyed a very good session, very wonderful session from Dr. Kinsuk Giri. So now we will announce the group formation for our article discussion. Okay, this is done by our coordinator sir. So in first group 1, Dr. Pavitra Kumar De is a group leader, and the other members are Dr. Chandan Pal, Mr. Shubhamshu Chandra, Mr. Omshuman Mahanti, and Ms. Priti Basu. In second group, Dr. Shourav Pal is a group leader, and the other members are Mr. Anupam Vaidya, Mr. Vishwajit Sen, Mr. Uday Kumar Banerjee, and Dr. Sneha Sultana and Ms. Indrani Mandi.
Systemic sampling. Now we can go to this, that's why I mentioned example.
In group 3, Dr. Subrata Samant is a group leader, and the other members are Mr. Chitta Sahana, Dr. Shanta Datto, Dr. Shomodip Das, Dr. Falguni Chakraborty, and Ms. Sritama Karmokar. Group 4, the group leader is Dr. Chandan Chakraraj. The other members are Dr. Shuman Karmokar, Dr. Subhash Chandra Mohi, Dr. Rajiv Ranjan, and Mr. Shubhadeep Bhattacharya, and Dr. Manoj Kundu. Group 5, group leader is Mr. Puneli Ruj. The other members are Mr. Dipanjan Sen, Mr. Pratap Sharma, Mr. Kaushik Ghosh, Mr. Shomopal, and Mr. Shomodip Saha. Group 6, group leader is Dr. Sujata Banerjee. The other members are Mrs. Rita Ganguly, Mr. Subhashish Devroy, Dr. Shayan Gupta, and Mr. Uttam Dev. And Mr. Mohammad Ataul Safi Rahman Lashkar. Group 7, group leader is Dr. Amartya Neogi, and the other members are Mr. Sushobhan Ray, Mrs. Ipshita Ghosh, Mr. Rajiv Ranjan, Mr. Shubhankar Das, and Mr. Shalini Chakraborty. Okay? So please communicate with your group member according to this, and I am distributing the article summary. Group leader ke diyo.
ক্যামেরাটা অপারেট কর
Miss Sushmita Ghosh. Miss Sushmita Ghosh, you are in group 1. Chandan Pal in group 1. Okay. I think all of you have got the article summary page. Okay? This article summary page is given for group activities. Okay? And in your kit, the two papers are given. Okay? That is journal 1 and journal 2. First, we will take the journal that starts with EKCF. ECK. The title of the journal is ECKM and improved K means clustering based on computational geometry. Okay? So you need to go through the journal. You need to find out the summary or key principles or practices, and you have to write down in bullet form in the specified space. Then in part B, you have to find out the application of principles or practices in your function. This part should be written by individual team member. That's why in the article summary page, team member 1, team member 2, team member 3, up to team member 6 spaces are given. Then in part C, you need to write the key takeaways from this article. You have to write down the 3 or 4 bullet points. This is a group activity. And at last, you need to write down the conclusion. This is again the group activity. After that, all the members should signature at the end of the summary. And at the top, you need to write the title of the article, journal source, FTP theme, the team name, group 1, group 2, etc. and name of all the team members. Okay? So if you have any doubt,
When to submit? Tomorrow.
okay. And this article summary for this journal, we have 2 days. Okay? First 2 days. You can discuss today and tomorrow. Then you have to submit this article summary tomorrow.
Day 3.
At the end of day 2 or at the beginning of day 3. Okay? In day 3, we will distribute another journal paper that is given in your kit. That will be discussed in day 3 and day 4. And you have to submit this article summary. We will distribute it again at the end of day 4 or at the beginning of day 5. Clear? Same thing.
Okay, so I will just discuss the paper that may be helpful for your assignment. Okay. So this is the title of the paper.
Sir?
Yes. Okay, so you may also have this query letter because I need to finish it and it will this since you have 2 days, you have plenty of time to discuss with them the assignment. Because I am now presenting the paper in this week. So you know what is convexity. Since I applied the computational geometry in the machine learning, that is the clustering and machine learning. So you need to know the basic concept that I used for this paper. Basically, in this paper, I have used a simple school level geometry concept in the clustering. Not so much new thing is there, but the impact was nice. So that it has been published in a journal. So what is the convexity? You know what a convexity. The first set is a convex set because if you take any 2 points in between the set, the entire line lies in the set. But for this, if you take to PQ, the PQ not entirely lying in the set. That's why it's not a convex set. And what is convex hull? Convex hull is the smallest convex set containing all the points. Or you can say it's convex polygon. And what is the extreme point? Vertices of the convex hull, all the end points, which is called the extreme point, the vertices. So in this work, what we have applied the concept of convex hull and also the Voronoi diagram. What is Voronoi diagram? Voronoi diagram is a partition that segregates all the points in such a way that for each of the line, these two distances are same. So for this line, this is same. Anyway, due to the less time, I am not going to the details part. You may go through the paper already. You got the paper. So this concept of Voronoi diagram and this empty circle, that is circle with this vertices of the Voronoi diagram is applied here. So from the Voronoi diagram, we use the empty circle. This is the Voronoi diagram, and these black small dots are the Voronoi vertices. Keeping all the vertices, we can draw a circle, white circle, that are called empty circle or Voronoi circles. So that we have done, and for all the empty circles, we have the largest circle, the largest radius.
That empty circle that was really
So what happens once you find these Voronoi vertices, keeping all these black dots, you can draw a circle in such a way that the point will not lie inside or on the circle, white circle. Like say for this point, you can draw a circle like this way. For this point, you can draw a circle like this way. So that you can draw all the circles. The main goal is to find the white zone. Got it? Clustering here. In clustering, we need to find the void zones to segregate the clusters. This concept has been applied to the clustering, existing chemical clustering has been done. So, and this part is not present in the Python tool. So that's why we developed our own program. And if you go to my home page, you can find the program. I already shared with the public, so that anybody can use my program, but they need to cite you. So now you see that is the convex hull that I draw from the given points, and these are the Voronoi circles. And using this, I use the K-means clustering. You know what is K-means clustering? So the main drawback of the K-means clustering, do you know? The initial numbers, point selection. Generally, in K-means clustering, we need to select the initial points, and we select it randomly. Sometimes in between the data points, sometimes outside the data point. And the quality of K-means clustering depends how you are selecting the initial centers. Centroids. So that is the main challenge of K-means clustering.
ultimately converges.
No, it converges. It depends what is your initial clustering, initial centroid. Sometimes it will not convert to good results or the actual results. That is the challenge of K-means clustering. And second challenge is that in K-means clustering, you need to give the value of K, that is the cluster numbers. The system does not execute automatically the cluster numbers, unlike DB scan. Because in DB scan, the system automatically executes the cluster numbers. So what is our proposed method? I can show you. Suppose this is the data set. So first we draw the convex hull. Then we compute all the Voronoi diagram and all these green Voronoi vertices. And taking all these Voronoi vertices, we use all the possible centers, circles. Among all the circles, we rank it with respect to their radius. The largest one, LEC, second largest, third largest, and so on. Because LEC means the maximum void zone. Second largest means maximum second void, and so on. Just to find the gap. So now we applied it. Suppose these are the given data points. These are the synthetic data, not the real data. And I categorically use these 4 clusters here. Now what happened? I have taken, I have drawn all these Voronoi circles and taken these first and second largest one. And instead of taking the random centers as in came initial centers, I have taken the circumference points of like this red star as the initial point for the K-means structure or initial centers of the K-means structure. Now, how it is impacted, you can see here. If you see it, this is the original synthetic data, and this is the result for traditional K-means, and this is the result for our ECK that we proposed. You can nicely see here the 5 clusters are nicely segregated with 5 last initial points, and here you see, since I have taken the random K-means, so if you see the pink dots, pink circles, here the initial points are like this random 5 points, and here you see initial point, each of the initial points are very close to the cluster, so that it will be quickly reassigned and form a nice cluster. That is the novelty of this work. Instead of using this random centers, I have used this vertical circles to use these things. And you see the results, how nicely 5 clusters are segregated compared to the K-means cluster. And these are the metric that I can see. You see, this is our proposed method. And you see, traditional K-means is taking 9 steps. Here we are taking only 6 steps because initially the points are very close to the cluster. We found the void zone and we have taken the circumference of the void zone. Initially there is the points. And you can see for various data set or a single data set of 205 things. You can see the CLOT score, completeness and utility and distance. In the paper all are mentioned clearly. Now I am doing the same thing in a real data, that is the iris data that I already mentioned. You know, iris data has 4 features and there are total 150 data sets. So for the iris data, if you see, this is the result for traditional K-means and this is the result for our proposed ECK. We know in iris there are 3 clusters, there is well-known data, 2-level data. Here you see how the 3 clusters are nicely segregated. While here you see, due to this bad initialization in the same place, the cluster is not separable. So that is the novelty of this work, and this work already we tested for the various cases. In slide I have only 2 cases. You can go through the whole paper, and it is published in the last year. Till now I got 28 citations in less than 1 year from the various countries. And this is the, there is also another paper. You can see the title things, and this is the things I already mentioned the proposed method. So I am not going to the details. So many things are there. I am just avoiding it. I will show one result here. Yeah. So this is the thing, traditional thing and our main thing that we can see very easily. So that's all. Please go through the details because I need to organize the quiz. That is more interesting than it. So I request all of you, please try to understand. The main thing is that instead of traditional K-means random initialization, I used the concept of computational geometry, more specifically the largest dimensional or Horner circles, to initialize the K-means centroids and convert it to a nice result, both qualitatively and quantitatively. That is the summary of this paper. K is your own choice. For the known data, I know K. For the unknown data, you need to give K random. That is the main drawback of K-means structure.
What is the optimized value of K? Optimized value of K. How do you identify?
For that, you can use the DB scan clustering, first, density based clustering. There is a method, elbow test method. Have you ever heard that name? Number of K. But in K-means structure, there is no scope for finding it. Elbow test is part of the DB scan clustering. Density based clustering means 3 types: centroid based clustering, density based clustering. Exactly. Only in the deciduous clustering we can find the cluster value. For both the k-means, central clustering and also for the agglomerative clustering, hybrid clustering, we don't have option for finding k. Recently we have sent a paper in pattern recognition. It is submitted or accepted. Here I have given a concept using this proportional geometry to find the cluster numbers even in the agglomerative cluster. I have given the name AC back. Half centered based agglomerative clustering. Since it is not published, so I can't show it here. It's under review. So here I have given the same concept for this.
So we can test for several k values and check the
Yes.
accuracy. We can test for several k values and check the accuracy.
Yes. That will be another slide for us. My code is already there in my homepage. You can use the code. It's open to all.
Or you can use optimization technique to identify the optimum k value.
Yes. That is a separate dimension. My goal was to, instead of the random k-means randomization, I fixed a method, the circumference part of the circle, so that automatically the initial centers are very close to the all clusters assigned. So that it quickly converts to the clusters. Got it? That was the goal of my work. And let's go through the paper, you will get more. Maybe you got the paper, they already in the window.
We applied optimization method.
No, only simple geometry. Okay, same thing I also applied for DB scan. There is a paper ECR DB scan, which is also recently published in Information Science. Maybe it was a very nice journal in computer science. So basically, we are working on basically, since I am from the math background, I can only use this algorithm-based work rather than this application, because in applications you will find lots of people who will develop the subject, not only applications. That's why I concentrating on this algorithm development, algorithm modification.
That means main themes of this paper is the
Horner circles.
and the points.
Yes. Simple geometry, but it used to published in a journal 8.5 in journal. Very prestigious journal. Those main from computer science, they know about journal. So that's all. Now this is the last part, exam, quiz. For that I will conduct the quiz in Kahoot, but since I am using the free version, I am not rich, but I am poor person, poor fellow. So maximum 20 people can participate in the quiz, because in the Kahoot free version, maximum 20 people can participate. So it's kind of first come first serve. But I am not showing how to join the quiz. Then you need to join. First lucky 20 will be there. Then I will start the quiz conduct. Okay. So let's start.
The random sampling would be
And there is the three medal: gold, silver, and bronze. Okay, so you please join, go to kahoot.it. Kahoot. Two sites, kahoot.it. Okay, now I will go to the game code. So you will find the game code. You see, join game, you see option.
game pin.
Yeah, game pin, this one.
1-5.
Or you can use this scanner, QR code. First 20 people will join. Please give your name. Otherwise I can not ASPDPKD. Please give your name. No anonymous person will be allowed. Let's see the lucky. Only first 20 can join. Go hurry. because I am using the free version now. What paid version is 500. Join 1920.
স্যার এরপরে যেতে পারছি না।
হ্যাঁ 150513
না না আমি এখানে লগন তারপরে এগোতে পারছি না, এখানে শো করছে।
হ্যাঁ
হয়তো দিবেন না।
প্লিজ জয়েন অনলি 11
হয়ে গেছে, মিস হয়ে গেছে বলছি আমি।
হয়ে গেছে
তারপরে
যে এই অবস্থা ও হ্যাঁ ঠিক ঠিক হয়ে গেছে ঠিক আছে প্রথম আমি কিছু পড়া নেই
সানগ্লাস করে বসে আছি। এই তো
ওকে নাও স্টার্ট প্রত্যেক কোশ্চেনে 2 সেকেন্ড করে থাকবে স্টার্ট
2 সেকেন্ড।
ফার্স্ট কোশ্চেন give the answer কোশ্চেন তো দেয় না
স্যার এখানে ইজি ডাজ ইট দেখাচ্ছে, তারপরে কি ওয়েট করতে হবে?
yes না বাকি সাবমিট করেনি if you don't submit it will be lapsed we need to so maximum 20 seconds they got a quick submit now see the scores who is PKD
স্যার আমারও তো সেকেন্ডে আছি।
হ্যাঁ
দুজনেই পাস, টাইমটা কম বেশি লেগে গেছে।
ঠিক আছে আর আছে এখনো সেকেন্ড কোশ্চেন ওকে থার্ড কোশ্চেন দেখি কাজ কর কত PKD এখন আর কবে নেক্সট সবই এগুলো পড়েছি কেউ বলতে পারবে সিরিয়াস ওয়াইজ কোশ্চেন নেক্সট এসপিডি তাহলে যারা অ্যানোনিমসে আছে সরি যারা কি বলে সুডোনিমসে যারা আছে তারাই বেশি ভালো পারফরম্যান্স করছে
এখন 17টা বাকি আছে।
সব কোয়েশ্চেন সিলেবাসের মধ্যে আছে নেক্সট সিদ্ধমা কর্মকার কি আছে যে এই ফায়ার সাইডে দেখাচ্ছে মানে হঠাৎ করে ভালো পারফরম্যান্স করা শুরু করেছে নেক্সট have you not seen this tool come out you can monitor the same way with your students very nice tool সব পরীক্ষার পর সব সিলেবাস হবে একটা বছর বাইরে আমি বলে যাবো কোনো সময় 1 স্টার 2 স্টার 3 স্টার সব সিলেবাসের মধ্যে বাইরে কিছু নেই ঠিক আছে দেখি অনুপম এখন নেক্সট এটা আমার স্লাইডে ছিল প্রথম পয়েন্ট, এটা সবাই ঠিক করেছে। অনুপম ফায়ার। নেক্সট, এখন কিছু আছে সবাই ভাবে টপি আপনি শুরু করবেন। केवल मशीन लर्निंग एक्सेल यूज করছে কেবল नेक्स्ट Dino is a correct answer. Then thinking working in fire. Next. Data mining. সুগঠি থেকে সবাই সবাই খাইয়ে গিয়েছে এখনো আছে 21 খানা কোয়েশ্চেন, প্রচুর স্কোপ, একটা অপরকে ঢুকে যাও। এখানে নোট আছে, অনেক সময় নোট তো লাগেনি। আবার বিজেপি চলে এসছে, নেক্সট ফাইল হচ্ছে। নেক্সট
তাহলে এখন টিকেটিং করে থাকে, ঠিক করে ওই অ্যাক্সেস করে টিকেটিং করে থাকে।
কেউ কিন্তু ওটা সিলেবাসের বাইরে চলে গেছে। সুগঠি দাবার টপে চলে এসছে। নেক্সট, এখন অনেক কোশ্চেন। Next. Fourteen. ঠিক আছে, নেক্সট সুগঠি দাবার টপে এসছে। Good. Next. Sayantan Datta suddenly in fire. Next. A half row, around half. So you have a score 18,900 total. এটাও বলেছি তাতে নেক্সট এটা সবচেয়ে সোজা প্রশ্ন এটা সবাই জানতে হয় ঠিক নেক্সট এটা সব ঠিক করো এটা বলেছি কমন কোয়েশ্চেন আমি বলেছি না বিএফ অ্যালাইন সেম সব কমন একটাও আনকমন কোয়েশ্চেন নেই সায়ন্তন দত্ত পরপর 6টা উত্তর দিয়েছে যার জন্য ও দেখাচ্ছে ইম্পায়ার আর টিকেটই হচ্ছে কনসিস্টেন্ট এটা ফিজিক্যালি ভালো টুল অ্যাসেসমেন্ট এর
স্যার এটা হাই অ্যাকুরেসি হাই প্রিসিশন
হ্যাঁ
এনসিএ রং
এটা সোজা কোয়েশ্চেন আর পারবে ये बात तुमने सैर है টিকেটই পর পর পাঁচটা তো ঠিক আছে নেক্সট আরো 10টা বসে আছে এটা কমন কোয়েশ্চেন ছিল একটা চার্ট ছিল
এই প্রেসার
মনে হচ্ছে টিকেটই গোল্ড কনফার্ম এখন সিলভার আর ব্রোঞ্জ নিয়ে হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ ব্রোঞ্জ নিয়ে খেলা হচ্ছে আমার তো থেকে একটা আছে স্টিল মডেল স্টিল এটাও বলেছি ইটিএল
আগে জোরে বলতে হয় না
নেক্সট So 8 more questions. এটা সঠিক কারণ আমি অলরেডি বড় সময় বলেছি না সবাই অ্যাটেন্টিভ ছিল বুঝতে পারছি। নেক্সট আমি অলরেডি বলেছি কন্টিনিউয়াস হলে হিস্টোগ্রাম আর ডিসক্রিট হলে বার চার্ট, সব কমন কোয়েশ্চেন। আমার কাউন্টার লজিকও আছে, কেউ বলতে পারে সিএস সিলেবাসের বাইরে কোন কোয়েশ্চেন আছে।
আমি কেন 12 বাজে ঢুকে ভুল করছি।
So last 5 questions, countdown starts for middle. Last 4th question. এটা সোজা আমি ছটায় দেখিয়েছিলাম না কথা সব সব স্লোকে বলতেছে। নেক্সট ক্রোমোজি নিয়ে কিন্তু বিশাল কমপ্লেন হচ্ছে সোমপুর আর সোয়ানের মধ্যে, কে বুঝ পাবে? থার্ড লাস্ট কোয়েশ্চেন। Fourth. Next. ওই যে কন্ট্রিবিউশন কথাটা আছে তার জন্যই ডাউট করছি, কন্ট্রিবিউশন না থাকলে তাহলে শুধু স্ট্যাটিক। শীতমা কর্মকার আমার হঠাৎ করে 5টা ঠিক হয়ে যাচ্ছে ওই জন্য। এইটা এবারে অ্যাকচুয়ালি থার্ড লাস্ট। অনুপম হঠাৎ করে ফায়ার হয়ে গেছে। অনুপমকে আর দুটো আছে কোশ্চেন, ঠিক আছে? সেকেন্ড লাস্ট কোশ্চেন, ইওর টাইম স্টার্ট নাও। আবার ক্রিকেট কিন্তু খুব খুব টাফ কম্পিটিশন, মানে গোল্ড আর সিলভার তো আমার মনে হয় টাফ হবে। হ্যাঁ ক্রিকেটে হাত আটকে দেব। লাস্ট ইওর টাইম স্টার্টস নাও। লাস্ট কোশ্চেন। এটা এটা হলো এটা ডিস্ট্রিক্ট। নাও কে কোন পাবে? গেস 7। লেটস সি। बढ़िया
7 চলো।
So please come here. Ticket please come here. Please come here.
ওই রকম নাচতে হবে স্যার, ওরকম নাচতে হবে।
I'm all personal thing. এই ছবিটা আমি পাঠাবো, এটা মেডেল, ঠিক আছে? Okay, now then how you enjoy the quiz? So you can also conduct the same type of quiz with your student, very interactive in color. It's free, it's not paid, free. So I think that's all. And here is my email, mobile, and land phone number. You can contact. And you are welcome to visit our campus. From last year, we are having PhD program. Interested may enroll for the PhD in our institute. You are welcome. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for such a comprehensive session. I think everyone enjoyed the quiz session. So thank you, sir, for that interesting topic. Now, in this session, Dr. Kinsuk Giri, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, NITTTR, Kolkata, titled Introduction to Data Science, discussed in details about introduce data science, a multidisciplinary field that uses statistics, mathematics, computer science, and domain-specific knowledge to extract insights from structured and unstructured data. He also covers core concepts like big data analytics, data mining, and machine learning, and outlines delivered data types and sources. The lecture also covers data visualization techniques, tools, and ethical considerations, equipping participants with foundational knowledge for data-driven inquiry and